greatest wonders. Who himself does great and mighty things. Imandosa. Babakaya Dabaya. Hakatalados Ekatalanaman Diakabaya.
You are the most
unto thee. Lord God, who is greater than all? Who is like us? Oh, Lord God, who is greater than all? Hallelujah, Lord God, greater than all. Hallelujah, greater than all. Just exalt this Jesus. Jesus. Just in 2 minutes and we are through with this worship. Just exalt him. Shapakose. Akatalabayama. Jesus. Aha. Ayabakahagadazi. Su apar apolo nombre akatala brakaya baya edescopondo kotoya. How could we have made it this far without you? This is our worship to you, Jesus. You said it, you did it. The God of endless wonders, the one who said wonders shall never end, and who has kept true to his word. How could we have made it this far without you? How could we have made it this far? How could we have made it this far? Oh, how could we have made it this far without you? Blessed be your name, Jesus. Be thou glorified, the ancient of days. Who will not worship you? Who will not fear your name? Who will not adore you? You who are the saving strength of your anointing, the strength of Israel who does not lie. We just want to adore you tonight, oh God. We just want to exalt you, mighty God. Redeemer, we just want to thank you. Blessed be your holy name, oh God. Be thou exalted evermore. Be thou glorified in our lives and in our midst. Thank you, King of glory. In Jesus' mighty name we worship. In Jesus' mighty name we worship. Come on, put your hands together for Jesus. You may please have your seat in God's presence. Look at somebody beside you. Say, it's a good day. Say, it's a great day. Say, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. Say, God's power is moving again. Or you then say it well. Say, it's a new day. It's a new dawn. God's power is moving again. Look at someone beside you. Say, did you hear it? That it's a new day. That it's a new dawn. That God's power is moving again. I welcome you once again to God's presence this evening. And we started a series last week. I'm going to be continuing on that series today. Last week I talked about the invasion mandate. Let us what? Let us what? Let us. I didn't hear you say let us. Let us manifest. Let us manifest. The whole of creation is waiting with eager expectation for the manifestation of the sons of God. So if you are a son of God, you are a daughter of God, you should be manifesting on this earth. If you carry a covenant with God, you carry a blessing upon your life, then you should be manifesting on this earth. People who are making sway, making things work, who are moving stuff on this earth, they are not supposed to be the ones who do not have covenant with God. Those of us that have a covenant with God should be on top of the game. Praise God. Started you off with the story of Cain and Abel. You saw the whole story. How Cain yielded mighty men, and Shem, who was the one that carried the blessing, did nothing as it were. We saw the story of Enoch. We saw how things went. We compared Canaan and Israel, and we saw how things were. I'll give you one more comparison today, and then I'm going to teach you on reasons why Christians do not manifest the way they are supposed to. Reasons why Christians, if you've ever been somewhere as a Christian and it is unbelievers that are dominating that area, then you have not done justice to the expectation of heaven. Are you getting my point, please? Are you getting my point, everyone, please? Let me show you one more comparison. How many of you remember the story of Esau and Jacob? How many of you remember the story of Esau and Jacob? In fact, Jacob got two things from Esau, not only one thing. The first one, he got the birthright. The second one, he got the blessing. What many people don't understand is the blessing is different from the birthright. The birthright is physical, the blessing is spiritual. Are you getting what I'm saying now? But the problem is the blessing always goes in the direction of the birthright, because birthright is useless without the blessing. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So when Jacob got the birthright, he already signed up for the blessing. So he stole two things from Esau. He got the birthright and he got the blessing. And when Esau got to his father, Esau said, is there still not a blessing in your mouth that you may bless me? You know the meaning of that? If there is any leftover blessing, anyone, just give me anything, let me go. This was a guy that had lost it all. And the father said, what am I going to bless you now? And then spoke some words over him and he went. And Esau was bitter to the point that he said, I'm waiting for my father to die. As soon as that man dies, I'm going to kill this guy called Jacob. It was that serious. It was that painful. And when the mother heard, the mother told you, said, see, what this guy is planning, go far. How many of you remember that by the time Jacob was returning, what did he return with? 2 wives, 2 concubines, a number of children. He had not given back to all his children yet at that point. So he had a number of children. Then he had many flocks, and he divided them into how many bands? 3 bands. That was as much as he had. Now let's talk about Esau. I just want to be brief about it. I would have taken time to read scriptures upon scriptures upon scriptures. Genesis chapter 32. Let's do this quickly. Genesis chapter 32 from verse 1. Look at this. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's host." And he called the name of that place Mahanaim. Now, this was a guy that had angelic encounters. We saw through the story of Jacob, as he was on his way to Laban, all of that. He slept in a place, he put his head on the rock, angels are ascending, and he had encounters. He had seen God. In fact, he wrestled with God, as it were. He met angels. Angels met him on the way. This was a guy that knew God. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Some of you know God that much. You've had encounters, visions, dreams, revelations. You've seen strange things. You are like that guy, Jacob. He carried the blessing. He had the birthright. On the other hand, there was this guy, Esau, who was, as it were, a non-entity without the dominant blessing of God upon his life. In fact, God said, "Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated," even before they were born. So this was a guy, Jacob, who not only had the birthright, who not only had the blessing, he had the love of God. He knew God. He had encounters. He had it all going for him spiritually. But let's look at Esau, verse 3 of that Genesis 32. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. So there was a place called the country of Edom. That was where Esau was, in quote, living, right? I'm going to explain something to you. Jacob carried the blessing, carried the covenant, carried the birthright. He knew God. He had met angels. He had seen God. In fact, he saw the windows of heaven open, angels ascending and descending. He had encounters. He built altars unto God. But now he was coming back home, and Bible said he sent to his brother Esau in a place called the mountain of Seir, in the country of Edom. Let's examine what the country of Edom is. Genesis chapter 36. Verse 1. Genesis 36 verse 1. What does Bible say? Now these are the generations of Esau. Who is Edom? So Esau himself is Edom. Before Jacob came back, Esau had built a country, a whole country. Someone that had no covenant, no blessing, no birthright, built a whole country. There was Jacob, who carried blessing. He was working under Laban. 14 years has passed. Now he's coming back with 2 wives, 2 concubines, and a number of children. Yet, one who had no covenant with God, no blessing upon that, built a whole country. And that has been the pattern. Even in the beginning, we saw last week the story of what's his name now? Cain. How Cain built cities and named it after his child. How mighty men of valor, instructors, the father of music and all that plays instruments, they came out of Cain. We saw the story of what's his name now? The children of Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth. How great men came out of the one who was cursed. The one that carried the blessing, nothing to write home about. Canaan was cursed. Israel, that carried the blessing, as it were, had to go and inhabit the land of Canaan. Bible says the land was flowing with milk and honey. Where the children of Israel that were blessed, where they were, what was it flowing with? Nothing. No milk, no honey. In fact, the fruit was so large, the children of Israel themselves were scared. Those who carried the covenant, though. If you as a covenant carrier go to visit the company of a friend that is not a believer and you are amazed at what you see, shame on you. As a believer, God has put inside you the stuff of greatness. The question is, how will you maximize that stuff of greatness on your inside? Are you getting what I'm saying here? Oh, someone may say, oh, what are they saying? Are they trying to be materialistic? Listen, it is not about him. I've told you, know God for who God is, but listen, you must be relevant on this earth. Since the time that Adam fell, God has been looking for someone to redeem the whole of creation. And that was why God redeemed mankind, because only mankind can redeem creation. God will not come and do it. Listen, as a Christian, one of your priorities should be to buy land. You say, but why? Let me tell you one thing. The word landlord is just beyond the owner of a land. It is called landlord because that person is the lord of the land. Are you getting what I'm saying? I personally believe that Christians should own more lands on this earth than unbelievers, so that the lord of the land, at least majority of it, will be believers. Another sector that Christians must control is the economy. Money in circulation should not be more in the hands of unbelievers than in the hands of believers. When I begin to explain the reasons why Christians are not manifesting the way they should, you will understand the reason why I'm saying these things. Because one of the problems we have is there are many preachers that have told Christians that as soon as you become serious with God, you should plan to be a pastor. Not everybody will be a pastor. Praise God. Not everybody will stand behind the pulpit. You may be zealous, you may know God and all. It doesn't mean your place is behind the pulpit. You can be a Christian, a minister in the boardroom. Time will not permit me to tell you the rooms that you must occupy in life. Number one, you must occupy a prayer room. You must occupy a bedroom, a sitting room, a boardroom. Those are rooms you must occupy in life. Your prayer room is your spiritual stronghold. Your sitting room is the stronghold of your hospitality and accommodation. Your boardroom is the center of your business operation. That's your money bag. Your bedroom is the center of your marital life. You must full ground in all of those rooms. Are you getting what I'm saying here? You must what? Full ground in all of those rooms. But a lot of Christians have been deceived. Christians who otherwise should have made a wonderful future in their career and all of that have been deceived to enter into full-time ministry because the pastor saw some gifting on their lives. Listen to me, the gift of the Spirit is not only for pastors. You can prophesy and see visions and you will not be a pastor. You will never stand behind pulpit. Yes, all Christians should have. If you are a Christian and you are not functioning in any gift of the Spirit, you are already lagging behind. Prophecy, word of wisdom, they should be commonplace in the body of Christ. We should not be looking for special people who can prophesy so that they can come and stand behind pulpit. It takes more than gift of the Spirit to do ministry. It takes the calling of God. Bible says no man taketh this honor upon himself except him who is called by God, just as Aaron was. Are you getting what I'm saying, please? This was Esau, a man that had lost it all, as it were. He lost the birthright, he lost the blessing, he lost. In fact, Bible said his father loved him, right? At the point when he came to meet his father for blessing, it looked like the father didn't love him anymore. He lost it all, yet he built a country. Jacob, that carried the blessing, carried the birthright, had seen angels, saw the window of heaven. He was there doing slavery for 14 years. I mean, how can a man be so stupid and careless about his future to say I will invest 7 years of my life just to marry one woman? Someone who carry blessing, no wage, no gain, nothing. 7 years. They now give you another one. They say I will serve another 7. Is it a curse? It's love. And listen, I tell people, love is different from love. If you are in love, you are in love. Do you get now? Listen. carried the blessing. He carried the birthright. He went to invest 14 years of his life because of a woman. Now came back to meet his brother who had no blessing, who had no birthright. By the time Jacob was coming back with 2 wives, 2 concubines, and a few children, that one had built a country. Hey, it's not every time you spend praying. Yes, you should spend time to also create ideas. Are you getting what I'm saying now? You should spend time thinking. You should spend time working. As a student, you should spend time reading. All your time is not for praying. While you are busy there doing kaba kaba, yebe yebe, for 10 hours, your mate has gone to do serious things that will produce results or not. Am I saying you should not pray? Pray. Because what you don't understand is when you pray, what happens while you pray is prayer quickens your spirit and speeds up your journey. Especially when you pray in the spirit. Don't let anyone deceive you that you are wasting your time praying. Because when you take time to pray in the spirit and you listen to the voice of God, it speeds up your journey 1 for 5 years. At least 1 for 5 years. So what it will take someone about 5 hours to accomplish, you can accomplish it in just 1 hour. Are you getting what I'm saying now? What will take a colleague 5 hours to read before understanding, you can read it in 1 hour and you will grasp it. So what praying does and what the Holy Ghost does is it enhances your human ability. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Because you must not neglect your Adamic nature for your spiritual nature. You are human, but you are a spirit. Are you getting what I'm saying here? Your becoming process must be well-rounded, spirit, soul, and body. Build your spirit, build your soul, build your body. Fortify your spirit with prayer, with the word of God. Fortify your soul with knowledge, with wisdom, with research. Ask relevant questions, push for things. Build your body. Don't treat yourself uselessly. Don't eat junks, don't smoke. Don't drink alcohol that will destroy your body. You don't understand, it is part of spirituality. Like I said the other day, it is your body that keeps you on this earth. No matter what your spirit wants to do, no matter how much knowledge you have filled your mind with, if you allow your body to expire, you must check out. Instant deportation. No spirit can exist on this earth without a body. That man of God that died at a young age, at his deathbed, he looked at the nurse. He said God sent him with a message and sent him with God gave him a message and sent him with a donkey. He said he killed the donkey before delivering the message and he died. Don't kill the donkey before delivering your message, beloved. I remember one brother there, Wainife together, wonderful brother. That up till tomorrow, I've not seen anybody that leads worship like him. Bro David was his name. Oh, Bro David leads worship with such high spirit. The worship is glorious, I tell you. Worship is glorious, and he could pray. Suddenly, we stopped seeing Bro David in church. Nobody knew what happened. He came to church, spent just about 6 months, and he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him again. This thing I'm talking about is long ago, about 2003 or 2004. Bro David just disappeared from church. And everybody was wondering. People were even talking about it. Bro David. Everybody called his number. Bro David was not picking call. Nobody knew where Bro David was. So after a while, everybody just left it and life moved on. Months after, almost a year I think after, Pastor just got a call. Bro David, how? After almost a year, you are just called. So Pastor picked the call and heard his voice. Hello, Bro David, what's happening? Where have you been? Why did you behave like that? He said, I'm sorry, sir. This is not David. This is his elder brother. Your voice sounds so much alike. What's happening? He said, Bro David is dead. How? That's when the brother narrated what happened. That when Bro David came, he gave his life to Christ just few months before he came to church. But before he gave his life to Christ, he had lived a rough life. It was after he came to church, few months into church, he discovered that he had AIDS. And there was nothing that could be done. He just had to be prepared to go. So he left and went to his own town. He was so weak he could not call anybody. It was when the brother was just scrolling through his phone after the burial that he saw my pastor. He said, let me call the pastor and inform the pastor. Now that brother was heavily gifted, heavily anointed. I want to believe he's with God in heaven. I want to believe so. But the kind of life he had lived and how he had treated his body, check him out. Does it mean he still did not have anything to deliver with his spirit? He does. And you get what I'm saying? No matter how anointed you are, no matter how much grace you carry, no matter how much God wants to do with you, if you go and stand in front of a trailer, you will go. You get what I'm saying here? It doesn't matter how much prophecy has gone ahead of you. God said in 5 years I will do this. You go and stand in front of trailer and see. So take care of your spirit, take care of your soul, you take care of your body. How many people are listening to me, please? Let me open a scripture to you. There are streams opened up in my spirit. Let's open to Psalm 82 verse 1. Psalm 82 verse 1. Psalm 82 verse 1. Bible says God, look at this. God stands in the congregation of the mighty. He judges amongst the who? Amongst the gods. This is Bible talking about God, capital G God, who stands among the congregation, in the congregation of the mighty, taking his place as judge among who? The gods. Listen, this life is not ordinary. History is being played in two realms: the spiritual and the physical. Listen, the things that happen in the physical are determined by the things that happened in the spiritual. That's why Bible says that the things we see are not made by the things which do appear. Which means the invincible is the origin of the visible. Are you getting my point here? The invisible is the origin of the visible. Now, there are congregations of the mighty, both in the spirit and in the physical. As it were, there is an assembly of gods in the spirit and in the physical. What do we mean by this assembly of gods? They are the ones that pass forth realities. I want you to follow me closely. The assembly of gods are the ones that do what? Pass forth reality. The realities that we see. So we have a visible congregation of gods and an invisible congregation of gods. What is the visible congregation of gods? The visible congregation of gods are the people that make decisions and determine what happened in the land. The invisible congregation of gods are the spirits behind those actions. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Unfortunately, demons occupy this position. Bible calls them principalities and powers. They are an assembly of gods. That's why you have things like the prince of Persia, the prince of Medes. Are you getting what I'm saying now? These people are principalities over lands, over regions, sometimes over families, that determine what can happen and what cannot happen in that region or in that family. Are you getting what I'm saying now? There are three heavens, the heavens of the heavens and the highest. Now, the three heavens, the first one is the firmament that we see. Bible talks about the birds that fly in the heavens. Obviously, you know that they don't fly where God is. The first heaven is the one we see, the sky that we see. The second heaven is the spiritual domain where the prince of the power of the air resides, who himself is the god of this world, who is devil, Lucifer, and his demons. Are you getting what I'm saying? The heaven of heavens is where God and his angels reside. But even in the heavens of heaven, there's a place called the highest. Bible talks about glory to God. Where? In the highest. There is something called the highest. That is where God resides. Now, when things are coming from heaven to the earth, sometimes in the second heaven, oh God, help me to explain this. Sometimes some principalities come and say, no, this cannot happen in this region. That was what happened when God sent an angel to deliver a message to Daniel. Bible said as soon as Daniel prayed, an angel was sent. Yet the answer did not come for 21 days. And what did the angel say when he came to? He said, the prince of Persia withstood me. Those are principalities from the second heavens. Why do you think that demons practically or majorly use birds? Because they want to try and dominate the third heaven, the first heaven rather. So when they say birds are flying in the night, this one and this one and that one, that is a spiritual aeroplane to transport them into the second heaven. Good Lord. So there is an assembly of gods. This assembly of evil gods design evil on the earth. But it takes an assembly of human gods, in quote, to now devise the evil. You know, there's difference between designing something and devising the thing. Someone that designs something is the architect. Someone that devises it is the bricklayer. Do you know what I'm saying now? In the spirit realm, they design. In the physical realm, they devise. And you get what I'm saying? That is why there are certain things that happen on this earth. You don't understand that there is an assembly of gods that determine that that thing must happen. God help me. There are roads that are not built in Nigeria, not because there is no funds, but because there is an assembly of gods that have determined that that road must never be built. I'll tell you. Let me give you an example. This one I know for sure. Ibadan is the largest city where? In the whole of West Africa. And the second largest in the whole of Africa. Second only to Cairo in Egypt. Why is that land not developed? Have you been to Ibadan? Have you been there? How come that place is not developed? Lagos is developed. Abuja is developed, Port Harcourt is developed, smaller cities. What is happening to Ibadan? Principalities. What? Listen, no, I'm telling you something. Why Lagos Ibadan Expressway? How long have they been on it? You think it is normal? Because the day there is a major road that links Lagos to Ibadan, Ibadan will experience civilization. The major reason why Ibadan is not industrialized and civilized because there is no major road. So it is difficult to transport goods from industrialized centers to come and industrialize that place. So there are assemblies of gods that know that this road, if it gets done, Ibadan will develop. And they have decided this place must not be developed. Go to Lagos, hear names. There are some horrible names in Lagos, but hear some names in Lagos. Come to Ibadan, you hear Victoria Island, Palms and Grooves, Ebute Meta, you hear some names. Come to Ibadan, Ologuneru. When you begin to hear, you know that something is wrong with this land. Adama Sigba. You hear dangerous names. You will know that the territorial forces in that region, they are strong. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying here. Another place like that is Abeokuta. One of the strongholds of warfare. Look at what Abeokuta is now. Is it anything to match? Have you heard history before? All the wars and all of those things. Another example is a town called Ilesha. Oh, great men have risen from Ilesha and Ijesha land generally. Pastor Debo is an Ijesha man. Pastor Kumi is an Ijesha man. Apostle Badari of blessed memory is an Ijesha man. Piety lived in Ilesha. Great men like that come from. Many people started ministry in Ilesha and they went. God sent them from Ilesha to another place. If I keep you in this land, go. Piety that stayed in Ilesha all of his life. How many of you ever heard about Piety until I began to talk about it? Listen, the Pentecostal move in Nigeria could not have been possible without piety. Many of you know Bishop Idausa. It was piety that took out Bishop Idausa and sent him abroad to go and learn from T.L. Osborne. It was Archbishop Idausa's first mentor. You've heard of Apostle Babala. It was piety that taught Apostle Babala how to read Bible. How come you know all these people, you don't know piety? You understand now? Hope you know that even piety mentored Pastor Adeboye shortly before he passed on. Pastor Adeboye will usually say, I wish I had met him earlier in my life. Pastor Adeboye said once a week he would travel down to Elisha to go and spend time with piety and learn from him. That was a man that opened Nigeria to foreign missionaries from both Europe and America. Spent 50 years of his life in Elisha. But look at that land. I've lived in Elisha, so I know what I'm saying. I've lived in Ibadan, so I know what I'm saying. This assembly of God control things in the spirit. They design evil, and there must be an assembly of God on the earth that will design the evil, that will devise the evil rather. If there is an assembly of God in the spirit, without an assembly of God on the earth, no evil can be permitted on the earth. Now that is one. On the other end, we have God and we have the assembly of God, which is the body of Christ. So on the earth, we have two forces, two representations. There is the church, the assembly of God, and there is the assembly of God's small g. The question is, who is going to dominate? Will you sit down and allow the assembly of God to dominate on this earth and determine what happens? Listen, I'm waiting for a Christian that will rise up and say Ibadan must develop, and we come as a member of the assembly of God. Listen, this thing has nothing to do with political power. You don't know. See, some battles are first spiritual before physical. But we need a man who understands both the physical and the spiritual terrain to be able to fight that battle. A man that understands the spiritual terrain but does not understand the physical terrain cannot fight the battle. Are you getting what I'm saying here? For example, Mary, the Queen of Scotland, said, I fear the prayer of John Knox more than the entire armies of England. And that was a time when England was dealing with Scotland badly. England was a pain in the neck for Scotland. Yet the Queen of Scotland said, I fear the prayer of John Knox more than the entire armies of England. That was a man that could pray. That man said, God, give me Scotland or I die. Ha. Look at the development in Scotland today. Look at the Christianity in Scotland. It was the work of John Knox. Give me Scotland or I die. Where will you ask God to give you? A land? A field? Where are you asking God to give you? Will someone tell God, God, give me the academic sector or I die? Give me the health sector or I die? Give me the economy of the land or I die? Ha. And you take it as if your life depends on it. Many of you are too hungry for anointing. Collecting fire every time I want to swallow fire. Anointing fall over me. Give me the power to do your will. The anointing you are praying for, what do you intend to do with it? You are looking for how to heal the sick and raise the dead. Listen, it is not everybody that God has called in that order. Your own anointing may be to raise economy. Your own anointing may be to build a sector. The one anointing may be to make money. I tell people we need money bags in the body of Christ now. How are we going to do crusades if there are no money bags? How are we going to do mission work if there are no money bags? Stupendous wealth. Don't deceive yourself. All the rich men that you see that are wearing suit and tie, they know the altar behind their success. Tell you the truth. They know the altar behind their success. When I was in Ibadan, that was I met a girl that time. Told the story before. 2011, 2012. I met the girl. The father is a popular man in the land. Anybody that has lived around Ibadan will most likely know the man. Very popular engineer in the land. I met the daughter in one of the schools where I went to preach, and the daughter came to see me and began to cry and said there is trouble. So what's the trouble? He said the father does not allow them to go to church. I said, well, we're going to pray about it. You could just serve God and she said it's so serious that the father actually travels very regularly and is not usually at home on Sunday. I said then sneak to church and make sure you are back before he comes. She said the problem is anytime they go to church and come back, once the father arrives, he will know. And he will beat all of them, including the mother. I said, now that one is serious. I said, don't worry. We will pray. He said, actually, we have informed our pastor about it. He said, well, that's fine. That's fine. We will join faith and pray. He said, actually, our pastor is no longer praying. I said, why will your pastor do that? I said, okay, don't worry. We will pray. God can move mountains. He said, sir, do you know why our pastor stopped praying? I don't know. She said, actually, what happened was, when our pastor started praying, he said the first day he prayed about it, our father appeared to him in the dream with 2 horns on his head and warned him to leave his family alone. So the pastor came and said he doesn't want to die, that he will stop praying. I said, we will pray. But the pastor too was a popular pastor. This was me. That I said, we will pray. And she now began to narrate to me that in the company of the man, he even has a shrine. A shrine. Say it's in an hidden place. And regularly the man will take them to the shrine in the middle of the night. And be telling them, bow down for the chief mother, bow down for this one, bow down for that one. In the middle of the night. And say, these are your children. We have come to greet you. People will see the man wearing suit and tie appearing on TV speaking phonetics. They won't know that there are idols inside this company. For about a month, I didn't pray about the matter because I was afraid. But that time, I was a little bit careful. Before that time, we had dared some things, especially when I was in Elisha. Elisha was a rough field for me. Very rough field. The demonism in that land is strong. Confront people dropping sacrifices and all of those dangerous things. You heard when I was talking with my covenant friend the other day, some of you that were around, the stewards. There was a day, we went praying, prayer walk in the night. It was around 10 p.m. There was a football match that day. We were just praying, and 3 strange creatures came out of the bush and ran after us. Had like the body of a horse, but the face of a dog. 3 of them came out. Oh, we prayed, and then we ran. I didn't know where he ran to. We were 3. I didn't know where he ran to. I didn't know where the third person ran to. I ran inside a football club where they were watching ball, and I sat down. Anything that want to come and carry us today. People were surprised. Pastor Ewa was born. You came to what? Good Lord. But I remember one day, I had just finished praying. It was an all-night prayer. It just dawned on me, I had this matter. Let me take about 15 minutes and pray. This all night is hot enough now. So I prayed. After the 15 minutes praying on the matter, I went to sleep. One eye closed, one eye open. I woke up after about 3 hours. No strange dream, nothing. I said, you fear, you didn't come? I prayed again. You didn't come again. I prayed again. After about a few times, I say, hey, you can't come. Then I now began to pray, and I began to pray, and I began to pray. That's why, listen, when you hear men of God talk about exploits of faith and all of that, listen, it was built. I tell people it was built. When people come to talk now, and I just smile, and I say, don't worry, everything will be fine. It's when you won't say more than that. So don't worry, it is well. Things will work out. And you are wondering, how do they even do that? Don't they know that there's trouble? Hey, listen, I didn't start from there. There was a time I was afraid to pray. There was a time I was stammering to tell the person, I will pray. It was built. So I began to pray. After a while of praying, I went to where they were. I established a fellowship there. And they would come, attend the fellowship weekly. And after a while, they started going to church. The father did not stop them. I said, now, I'm satisfied. God did it. And that boosted my faith a little more. When another strange matter was brought, I didn't think twice now. I can pray, nothing will happen. They cannot do me anything. And on like that. But listen, don't be deceived by suit and tie. There are gods that people serve. There are altars that are behind great wealth. No throne, listen, no throne can be established without an altar. Come find out. There is no throne that can be established without what? An altar. No throne. So if you are thinking these are just ordinary men, they are hardworking, yes, but there are altars. So the invisible is the origin of the visible. There's an invisible assembly of God's principalities and powers, and there is the assembly of God, the church. And then we have the human assembly of gods, unbelievers, evil men, and all of that, evil congregation. In Ezekiel chapter 11 verse 2, you can open to that place. Ezekiel chapter 11 verse 2, talking about the men who sit at the gates. He said these are the men that devise mischief. They are the men that give wicked counsel in the land. That's an evil congregation of gods. They devise. Do you know that some people sit down to devise mischief and give evil counsel? Ezekiel chapter 11 verse 2. So if you ever seen any evil pattern on this earth, know that it is sponsored by what? A congregation of gods. And if you ever see a righteous, a good pattern on this earth, know that it was sponsored by the assembly of God. Are you getting my point here? Hope you know that in the US, Satanists fasted for 1 year to establish high rate of divorce. 1 year long fast too. They fasted that families must not be together. Because the home front was becoming very strong and the society was stabilized. And they knew one of the way to destabilize the society was to attack the institution of the family. Because now children will be raised by weak families. Weak ends raise weak children. So to establish high rate of divorce, they fasted 1 whole year. If I say all of us should fast 1 whole year non-stop, I know some people will grumble. Yet an assembly of gods gathered to establish an evil pattern. Are you getting what I'm saying here? Homosexuality, all of those things. You think they just happened? Even divorce, after they had fasted for 1 year. Now, the devil, the assembly of gods now began to raise people they call feminists, to encourage women to pull out of their marriage at every single opportunity they get. And they made it very easy. You are leaving your marriage, you are living rich. Juicy offer. You retain the house. You retain also percentage of the property. You have your own property and then you get a percentage of the man's property. So now marriage has become a contract, no longer a covenant. So everybody is entering carefully, and because of that, a lot of people are not marrying again. So we are living partners. I don't want to commit to anything. And like what's his name? C.S. Lewis said. He said the devil has mastered the art of giving us two extremes to pick one from it. For example, in the Philippines, you know most people don't marry in the Philippines too. You know why? Divorce is not permitted. By their law, it's a mortal sin. Even after divorce, a man or a woman cannot remarry. If they do, they will sue the new partner and they will jail him for years. And because of that, most people say it's better not to marry. So they too, they do live-in partners. It's after about 15 years that have you not seen them? After about 15 years, they've had grown-up children and say, let's just do this marriage. I know a pastor that suffered from that thing. It's a pastor in Toledo. This man's story is pathetic. Married, I think around the age of 26, 27, got married, lived with his wife for only 2 years. The woman had a child for him and was pregnant with the second. And the woman fled with a man to Canada or somewhere. And for another 27 years, that man remained single. Because the law of the land will not permit him to marry. 27 years of his life. You need to see that man. That man of God is very graced and gifted. When I say graced and gifted, if he sings, we think he's a choir of angels. He had won awards as a young man, but he just went into oblivion because of that thing. Could not 27 years of his life. After about 27 years, he decided it was time for him to at least try and marry again. At this time, this pastor, I think he's even more than 27 because the pastor is over 60 now. Over 60 now. So he began to communicate with the former wife to please give him annulment of marriage. And in Philippines, to get annulment of marriage, you pay about 3 million pesos. He doesn't have the money, and the woman is saying, I can give you annulment, but I can't give you any money. So you've got to look for the money. As I speak, that man has left Philippines for Australia so that I can go and marry in Australia. Two extremes. He took an assembly of gods to establish those extremes. It's not about God hates divorce, we know. But when you put it in the psychic of people that, hey, you enter, you are in prison, people will run away from marriage now. Marriage should not be made to look like prison. Let me leave that subject. So you see the homosexuality, high rate of divorce, evil patterns here and there. And you wonder, where are they coming from? There is an assembly of gods on the earth establishing those evil patterns. The underdevelopment of Africa. Hope you know there's an assembly of gods behind it. The mercantile map that we use today. Hope you know that the size of Africa in that map is 14 times smaller than the exact size of Africa. And find out and tell me if I'm lying. You can go and browse these things. The map that all of us look at today, the map of Africa that is drawn there is actually 14 times smaller than the actual map of Africa. There is an assembly of gods that are determined to minimize Africa as much as they can. The underdevelopment of Africa is an evil agenda established by an assembly of gods. Why am I saying these things? I want you to understand that the devil is on a mission on the earth and the assembly of God must rise. But how will you rise if you don't take yourself serious? How will you rise if you are getting 3/10 in short squeeze, or what do they call that in? It starts from there. Ordinary news you cannot read. You are too lazy. Eh? What will news do for me? Will it add to my score? Even that score, what's that score? Nonsense. Score that is still on low level. The news will not add to my. Know what is going on around you. Say who is the president of your country? Abdul Salam Abubakar. Salam Abubakar from what year? Know what is going on around you. You wonder why do they teach children current affairs? Because it is necessary. But many of these things you grow up and begin to say, what's the essence of current affairs to medicine? That's how you be a doctor looking for an opportunity. You will meet face to face with Minister of Health. He will shake your hand, mention his name, and you will walk away. Because you don't know current affairs. It's 2 days later, you just cite him on TV and say, wait. You will now be trying to gain entrance into his office. They will now keep you there at the reception. You will keep calling, say, do you have an appointment? Say no, say go back. When God arrange appointment for you, just that you don't know current affairs, and that was your. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying here. All of these things are important. Don't think what we did for me. The assembly of God must begin to rise to establish good patterns on this earth, but it starts from how well you are taking yourself serious and what you are making out of your life. Listen, it is when you understand that your academics is a worship to God, you will read better. Are you getting what I'm saying now? That as I'm reading to pass is an act of worship. It's not just about me. The issue is many of us have personal agendas. I will finish like this. I will be rich like this. Listen, if you understand that you belong to the assembly of God and we have an assembly of gods to contend with, you will read as if it is worship. Your high score will be a worship to God. Your certificate will be a worship. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying now. You will make the best out of your life and out of your career as an act of worship to God. When you now look at verse 2 of that psalm that we started with, Psalm 82. God now began to rebuke them for the patterns of evil that are in the world. Why is there a pattern of evil in the world again? Because there is a domination of an assembly of God. You as a member of the assembly of God, why not take charge and dominate so that you can establish good patterns? The Nigerian police is corrupt. In fact, police everywhere in the world, they are corrupt. Why are they corrupt? Because they are learning from corrupt people. I tell people, if you go to police school or police college or whatever they call it, you will understand why policemen cannot but be corrupt. I have a close relative that went to police college. The things I heard from him, I said honestly, nobody can leave that place and not be changed. You will experience transformation from good to evil. The way they treat them, the way they sleep, the kind of food they give them. I mean, nobody can leave that system the same. Something will happen to your psyche. We need people from the assembly of God who will go and invade that field and turn things around. That people can go to police college, and even if they were bad people, they will become good people. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It takes Christians to enter into those fields, and it takes purpose to do. A Christian must stand up and purpose in his heart, I am the member of the assembly of God that is going to change the police force, and enter that field with that mindset. You say, but only you. You are even too much to do it. Half of you can do. So go there. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. Politicians are evil, politicians are corrupt, politicians are this, politicians are that. The Christians that are in politics, what are they doing? That is where the change starts from. And listen, that is what we are talking about when we talk about the invasion mandate. We are talking about Christians that will go, understanding that I'm a member of the assembly of God, going to invade this field, going to change things for God. I'm not just here working for the money. I'm not just in school studying for the marks. It's beyond the marks, it's beyond the certificate. In that your class, where you are. How are you an influence for God in that place? The way I ask people is this: if you are in a class and someone has an issue that needs someone to pray, are you the person they will come to? One of the advice I give to Christian students is this: you may not be the best in every subject, or every class that you enter, pick one subject and make up your mind. By fire, by force, I must be the best in it. Pick one that you know you are good with. And make sure if there is any competition, it is Christian with Christian. It always bothers me to be in a class and unbelievers are the best. How will you preach to them? How? You say Jesus can change. I say my life cannot be better than it is now. If anybody needs a change like you need. The man God said before he gave his life to Christ, he gave Christians tough time. Why? Because he was very brilliant. He said, so he told himself, there is nothing these Christian people can tell me. He said, then he saw the way they used to dress, the way they used to talk, the way they walk like Dondos. He told himself, I'm never going to join this set of people. He said when the harassment was too much, he started carrying tracts around. So when the Christian got, he said, we are brothers, just give him tract. And that's why he said when he gave his life to Christ, he said they promised himself, I harassed Christians, no unbeliever will harass me. He said he promised himself. He said one day he went to preach to someone. So as he was preaching, the person was just, you know these people that you are preaching to and they are just playing around, and then they say, yeah, tell me more. This is your Jesus thing. He said at the point he got angry, he said, look, come here. Number one, I'm older than you, I'm more brilliant than you, I'm taller than you, I can beat you up, I dress better. Tell me, why will you not give your life to Christ? Listen, can you look at an unbeliever and say, I'm better than you? I'm putting a drive inside your spirit to honor Christ with every department of your life, not just in your prayer and encounters. You saw angel, you too go and build the country like Esau. Don't just keep seeing angels like Jacob. It didn't end there. When you read verse, God help me here. Let's go back to Genesis 36 verse 40. God help me to preach this sermon. I think I'll have to take 2 more weeks to do justice to this sermon. Genesis 36 verse 40. Look at this. So this was after 14 years. So that Jacob was coming with 2 wives and 2 wives, 2 concubines, a few children. Look at what Bible said about Esau. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau. Duke. Not one. According to their families, after their places, they had like kingdoms. You've heard of Duke of Cambridge, Duke of the children of Esau already had. Look. Let's count now. Number 1, Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Jetet, Duke Aholibama, Duke Ella, Duke Pino, Duke Kenas, Duke Tema, Duke Mizbah, Duke Magia. That's 10 already. Duke Hiram, 11. These are the dukes of Edom. So Edom was like United Kingdom. They now had smaller areas where the children of, that's how the royal family in UK is. Their children are dukes. Duke of Cambridge, Duke of is it Birmingham now? Duke of Edinburgh, Duke of Sussex. They have all of those things. So Esau was already that established. Yet Jacob, that carry blessing, carry birthright, was coming, probably with a pot belly. 2 wives that he served 14 years for to marry, with a few children, and he was now carrying cattle and dividing them. No wonder when he began to offer Esau cattle, he said, I have more than enough, I don't need your own. I mean, I honestly, when I read through the story, I knew why Esau did not kill Jacob. Honestly, I mean, why does he need to kill him? Bless your birthright, I'm better than you. Why? I mean, it's true. If by the time Jacob came back, Esau was wretched, it would have been difficult for him not to kill Jacob. But Esau had a country, had 11 dukes. This guy was coming with 2 wives, I mean, what is it to kill? May your life not be described like that. Everything that Jacob was coming with was, I had built altars, I saw angels, I had an encounter with God. If I remove the tie of if all you have to say about yourself are the encounters you have with God and no exploit that you have done on the earth, you are a failure to heaven. You are a disappointment on the economy of heaven. Like what one man of God used to pray for, he said, when the account of heaven is balanced, may you not fall on the negative side of the ledger. Have you tried to balance account before? You have a positive side of the ledger, negative side. May your life not be a minus. May your life not be a loss on the economy of heaven. May you justify the dividends of the blessing and the birthright that you carry. Matthew chapter 5, Bible says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. How will your own light shine? That men will now glorify your Father in heaven and say, whoever the God of Tule is, that God is great. You get what I'm saying here? It is not only men of God that people should be saying that about. People should say that about businessmen. People should say that about career men. Are you getting what I'm saying here? When people want to pray, they should not only be saying the God of CIF, God of RCCG, God of Adeboye, God of... They should mention your own name too as the CEO of a company, and mention God of the name of your company. I don't know if you get what I'm saying here. That they know there is a God behind the success of this company. And I want to pray, may heaven release angels to back you up in life. I was listening, oh good Lord, there are angels. I'm going to round off on this. Next week I'm going to continue on this sermon, and probably the following week, because I don't know, rivers are opening now. I was listening to a man of God. It's a Yoruba preacher. He said one day a woman came to him and said, man of God, I'm going to Ibadan and I want to sell plantain in Ibadan. He said, all I want you to do is release an angel to sell the plantain for me. The man of God said, he looked at her and said, what's wrong with this woman? The woman held him and said, just one statement is enough. He said, just want to see, let an angel follow you to sell your plantain. And the woman left. He said that woman from selling plantain built 2 houses, sent 5 children, sponsored 5 children in school up to university level. 5, built 2 houses, and she sells plantain by the roadside on an expressway. Did an angel follow her or not? The man of God, that man of God was preaching that sermon this year. He said up until now, every time he passes by that expressway, he sees the woman and he parks. And the woman will say, man of God, that angel has not left. Oh, and the woman will pack plantain inside his car. But that woman was ready to do something. Are you listening here? If an angel is released after your life and you work hard, if you sell sand, multitudes will buy. It doesn't matter what you do. If you put diligence into it and you add wisdom to your life, and there is an angel attached, I want to pray for everyone that is joined to this mission. Everything you do, the angel of this commission will back you up. You don't understand? Well, let me pray for everyone under the sound of my voice here. Ekosto primadi. Just join me in about 1 minute to worship this God. Summon the angels of this commission right now. Summon the angels of this calling. Aha. That presence is here. That presence is here. That presence is here. Adabasto, Selemanda, Isto, Pade Calibreto, Shikakadabananda. Ayamana Kuselene, Priyan Anamandia. Yana Kadaman Somenosha. Ayakalamadana Yakalamaya. Ikadeboria Selemadu Boria Shalamanamaya. Ane kusele nebria kusinanda yokofina ikabala na bosha. Ayamana masege bena na manda. Galabala maikalia ya. Ila brusha tekere buruko tunde yele bosa. Kaito saika. Ede posteli kula mampatosi. Adetusia marato fele pura manantaza zabalakato. Come on, lift up your 2 hands to heaven. Ashebetomse. Ọlọ́run ẹ̀rí ìpè. Ẹ̀mí àwọn wòlíì. Nínú ọlá mímọ́ nínú àwọn ọ̀run. Ọlọ́run pè tó rán níṣẹ́. Àrán ni bá ní ṣe. Ọlọ́run ìpè mi. Aragba Yamu, the God of this calling, I summon you. The God of heaven and the earth. Let the angels of this commission rise to their assignment now. Everyone reaching out to heaven with a genuine heart. Everyone connected genuinely in the spirit to this move happening here right about now. I ask that an angel will be attached to the works of your hands. Aha. Let the angel of this commission answer for you at critical junctions in life, in destiny, in your academics, in your career, in everything that you lay your hands to do. Adopetosa. Adopetonias halabalakun reboste. Just reach out, it's happening. I see something break loose. Aha. Just pray in the Holy Ghost as you appropriate this smoke. your diligence to your work, I tell you, for the angel of God is going with you, establishing the work of your hands, bringing greatness out of your spirit. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. You will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. I say you will not disappoint the things of your destiny. You will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. As I sing that song, I'm praying for you already. Just reach out in faith. I am Ando Akasaya. Ele Kotoria Ekalana Sodolo Salanaya. Ea Katoli Makaye Senaya. Ela Kataya Elo Sotoya. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. I say you will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. Anamosa, Ekalabadagosha, you will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. You will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. Jesus. Hey. Please, I know I should have rounded up, but give me 5 minutes. I need to release this thing. Hey. Kadese. Embrodo sekete. Hey. Come here. Oh, Jesus. The things of your destiny. I heard God say I should pray for you, but I don't know why. You will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. You will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. Let the power of God break loose on you, empowering you for the things of your destiny and the things of your future, granting you grace to do mighty and great things upon the earth. Don't know why the Lord wants to release this on you, but I release grace and virtue upon your spirit right about now. Let it flow from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Ajuste kita karimantos asiza listo. Parino kofriatas ketuze inso sila kapremonte buskapaya. Aribus kete shilabarua tatanese. Oh. I hear that the Lord is removing anything called confusion. You will know what direction to go and what things to do part time, because destiny will break loose from your spirit. Thus the Spirit of the Lord. Thank you, Lord. Just take time to pray. Just take time to pray and appropriate that move. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. You will not is upon the grace of God on your life. I am a Coselamana. Ila Korada Kelemolobo Soteria. Ila Katanobo Selamamba Dalaka. Ima Solaya Ramosoloto. Father, we thank you. Oh, speak a polo private. Every mark of disfavor, that wants to limit you in life and in destiny. Amando petekete burukos kopuya. Some people have been diligent, spiritual, but doors have been locked against them. I stand as appointed in the spirit, stand in the place of my calling and in the place of my anointing. Let mountains shift. Let the breaker go ahead of you. Let gates be open. Aha. Maya Kalamanda Yabalaban. Aha. Father, we thank you, we give you praise. Thank you for this day. Thank you for what you are doing in the life of everyone. Thank you for the future you are preparing for everyone here. Thank you for this invasion mandate. Thank you because you are empowering everyone to be a force for you on this earth. Invading the world with your power, with your glory. Glorifying you with everything they do. Career, academics, family, all around. Thank you because it is you who is working in us, both to will and to do of your great pleasure. Move in the spirit of everyone, Lord, I pray. Cause them to do great things for you on this earth. Cause them to be mighty men of valor. Cause them to do exploits. They that know their God shall be strong and do exploits, oh God. That's what your word says. Cause them to be the ones that will redeem this earth. And I pray, everyone here, under the sound of my voice, both on ground and online, you will manifest in your destiny. You will not disappoint the things of your destiny. You will not disappoint the grace of God on your life. You will not be a loss on the economy of heaven. You will not be a disappointment to the resources of heaven. You will not be on the negative ledger of heaven's account. But you will be a mighty force for God on the earth. Arise and shine, for your light is come, and the glory of God is risen upon you. Kings will come to the brightness of your rising. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We give you praise and we give you glory. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Come on, put your hands together for